Hi, I'm Jennifer Wandry, Associate State Director of Outreach and Advocacy for AARP Texas in Houston. On July 8th, Category 1 Hurricane Beryl swept through our community, impacting millions of Texans in the greater Houston area. Since then, AARP Texas has been in community assisting with recovery efforts and providing valuable information and resources as our community continues to recover and rebuild. In the coming weeks, many of us will be looking to file claims with our insurance company to receive support to fix the damage done to our homes during the storm. This process can often be complicated and sometimes frustrating for consumers. Today, we are joined by Talia Bright from the State of Texas Office of Public Insurance Counsel. Talia serves as the agency's senior policy analyst. Thank you so much for being with us to answer some of the most frequently asked questions that consumers have about filing insurance claims. Please keep in mind we are providing helpful tips and resources and not legal advice today. Thank you for being with us today, Talia. Tell us about the Office of Public Insurance Counsel, or OPIC for short.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for having me. OPIC is a state government agency that was established by the Texas legislature in 1991, and we represent the interests of Texas consumers in insurance matters. We do this in three different ways. We review and analyze insurance rates, rules, and policy forms. We recommend legislation that benefits insurance consumers, and we educate consumers through outreach and information.
We appreciate the work that OPIC does on behalf of consumers. Talia, what are some key things people need to know about filing a barrel related insurance claim?
Well, I think the first thing is that consumers need to contact their insurance agent or company as soon as possible to report their claim. And they should remember that they might have to report their claim to more than one place. So if you have a policy from more than one insurer, you'll have to do that. For example, you might have separate policies that cover different types of damage, such as a homeowner's policy for your structure and a flood policy for floodwater damage. Or if you live in an area covered by the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association, known as TWIA, you will have a separate policy for wind and hail damage. Additionally, you might have suffered damage to your auto, and that might be with a different insurance company. So when you do report your claim, be sure to ask your insurance company or agent what the next steps are and make sure that they have accurate contact information so they can get a hold of you.
Okay, well, thank you. That's a really good suggestion. So after someone reports a claim, you said, ask the company for next steps. But what are important next steps that you think someone should take?
Well, it may take a while for the insurance company to come out and inspect your damage due to the high volume of claims and the amount of damage in the area. But there are things that consumers can do while they're waiting for their insurance company to inspect their property. So protect your property, prevent further damage to your home or property, make emergency repairs to make your home safe. Don't make any permanent or additional repairs before your insurance company's inspection. And I realize in this situation, it may take a while for the insurance company to come out and inspect the damage. So if there's a debris pickup scheduled for your area before your insurance inspection, talk to your insurance company and ask about, getting rid of damaged property or anything that you want to get rid of that you want to put out on the curb and get their permission. Always document any property before you throw it out. So take photos and videos and maybe have receipts on that. Also, it's really important to make a list of your damage. So this will take a lot of work, some work, but it can be really helpful and important when you finally do meet with your insurance adjuster. Be sure to take photos or videos of the damage. These are a really important way to document loss. Photos and videos are good ways to verify the damage, and they also show the quality and condition of your property that is damaged. Another tip is to take photos or videos of the undamaged surrounding areas. to give additional information on your loss. For example, you can take a picture or video of the overall room and then close-ups of the damage. The next thing is you be patient as you wait to hear from your adjuster. Your insurance company will assign an adjuster to your claim. A person may come out to inspect your property damage. The company might also use drones to inspect your property, or you might just be asked to submit information such as pictures and videos to show what you had damage.
Okay. Thank you for that information. If the insurance company sends an adjuster to inspect the damage, what do people need to know?
Be available. So if your adjuster schedules an inspection, make sure that you can meet with them during the inspection. A missed call or missed inspection can lead to delays in your claim. Be ready. So you'll want to have everything organized and be prepared to show the adjuster all the damage and provide copies of any documentation that you have, such as receipts. During the inspection, be sure to allow the adjuster access to your property. Make sure they inspect the roof, interior, ceilings, rooms, attic, and all around the outside of your property. Give the adjuster copies of any contractor's estimates, receipts, and photos or videos of damage if you have them, and be sure to keep copies for your own records. And then be proactive. So review the damage with your adjuster. Show them all the damage you noticed and review your list. Discuss the adjuster's estimate or go over the damage that they found to make sure that they captured all the damage and that everything is in their estimate. The adjuster may give you their estimate at the time of the inspection, or they may send it to you later. And then I think the final thing is to be sure to ask questions. Be clear on next steps and any deadlines that you might have. Get your claim number from your company and make sure you have your insurance adjuster's contact information. And it's also good to know that there might be more than one person handling your claim through this process. So ask who to contact if you have questions or need to check on the status of your claim. So, for example, your claim may be handled, like I said, by multiple adjusters. A field adjuster might come out and be sent to inspect your property damage and give their assessment or findings, and they might hand that off to another adjuster who is working out of a claims office. Or in catastrophe situations such as this, a lot of times they have personnel come to the area when it's first starts, and then they leave and go to other areas. So your claim may be reassigned to somebody else. This can be really confusing. Be sure to take notes and note any names and contact information anytime you speak with an adjuster or company representative. It's also a really good idea to have your claim number readily available so that you can reference that to find your claim quickly if you have to make a call or contact somebody.
Okay. So what do I do if the insurance company's estimate is not enough to repair the damage?
Well, it's not uncommon for the insurance company's initial estimate to be different than the contractor's estimate. It's important to remember that an insurance company's estimate is just that. It's an estimate. Contact your adjuster and discuss the differences between the insurance company estimate and the contractor's estimate with your adjuster as soon as possible. The insurance company estimate may not have included everything that the contractor's estimate does. For example, damage may be more extensive than initially appeared, or the construction materials that are needed to make the repairs may cost more due to demand. Be sure to document any differences. Send a copy of your contractor's estimate to the insurance company, and be sure that that contractor's estimate is itemized and breaks down repairs and costs. This will really help the insurance company compare the line items and spot any differences. And then if you have additional damage, report that immediately. Sometimes your contractor might discover additional damage, so document it with photos or video, a written estimate, and report it to your insurance adjuster immediately so that your damage estimate can be adjusted. And, prepare for a follow-up inspection. The insurance company may want to come out to inspect your property again to assess the additional damage. And it's a good idea, if possible, to have your contractor meet with your adjuster during the inspection to discuss the intended course of work. You could also get details. So your adjuster should explain the revised estimate, should also explain the payment process, the deductible, and any depreciation. They should explain what amounts you will have to pay and what additional amounts will be available once the repairs are complete.
Thank you. So why did the insurance company apply depreciation to their estimate if my policy covers replacement costs?
So the first check your company sends you, or first payment they give you, may be for a depreciated amount, often called the actual cash value, or ACV. And this is a process that depreciates a covered item since it's not brand new. If your policy includes replacement cost coverage, the company will send you an additional payment once you show proof of the repairs. There are exceptions. So even if you have a replacement cost coverage policy, it might not apply to all types of property. So some property may be paid only at the actual cash value, like fences and roofs.
Okay, thank you. Does having a mortgage impact my claim payment?
Possibly. So your mortgage company may be named on the check that the insurance company issues you. If that is the case, you should contact your mortgage company and ask how to get the funds for the repair released.
Okay. How does my deductible work?
Okay, so deductibles are an expense that you are responsible for paying. Typically, a deductible amount will be subtracted or deducted from your claim estimate. If you file claims on several different policies, like a homeowner's policy, a flood policy, a TWIA policy, each one will have its own deductible. And if your deductible is a percentage deductible, they're usually 2% or 5%, are very common. That is a percentage of the total amount of insurance listed in your policy. So it's not a percentage of the amount of the covered damage or loss. So for example, if your policy has a 5% deductible and your home is insured for $350,000, your deductible is $17,500. So in this case, you would be responsible for the cost of any repairs up to the $17,500, and then the insurance company for costs above that deductible up to the limit of your policy. So if your damage or loss from Hurricane Beryl is $20,000, you would be responsible for $17,500. So this amount would be deducted from your estimate and payment.
Thank you. So depending on the amount of damage to our homes, we may be looking to hire a contractor. This process can sometimes be difficult. What are some helpful tips?
So the first thing is to get estimates and get more than one if possible. While you're waiting for your adjuster to come out and inspect, or as soon as you can find one or more qualified contractors to give you repair estimates. This could be challenging due to the volume of damage in the area. And then hire well. Be sure to hire a qualified and insured contractor. You can ask friends, family, and neighbors for referrals. You can also check places like Angie's List or the Better Business Bureau, which includes licensing, status, and complaint history. And you can look for online reviews as well. Some counties may require contractors to register with the county before they can do business there. Another thing is to beware of scams. So if a contractor knocks on your door and tries to pressure you into a decision on the spot, be wary and do not pay for everything up front. Beware of offers to waive your deductible. Your deductible is part of your insurance agreement, and it is illegal for a contractor to offer to waive the deductible. So that's one red flag there. Review contracts. So review any contracts you get before you sign them. Ask questions and don't sign contracts with blank fields in them. Save records, keep receipts and other documents, and make sure to get a copy of the contractor's estimate and make sure that that estimate is itemized and detailed.
Okay, well, thank you. I know you mentioned and you brought up the issue of fraud and scams. AARP has a dedicated network to help people protect themselves from scams and to help them navigate the aftermath should they fall victim to a scam. Folks can call 877-908-3360 to reach AARP fraud specialist at the Fraud Watch Network. Talia, you have provided so much helpful information today. Do you have any final advice for our viewers?
Yes. I know that navigating an insurance claim, especially after a disaster, can be confusing and frustrating. So it's really important to take notes when you talk to an adjuster or company representative and keep any documentation. And I hope that the information I provided today is helpful and answers some questions. So it is important to remember that what I've gone over today is general information. If you have specific questions, you should ask your insurance company. And OPIC, our agency, has created a page on our website with more insurance information and resources for those affected by Hurricane Beryl. The address will be posted here, but it is at www.opic.texas.gov/news/Hurricane Beryl. And thank you so much for having me, Jennifer.
Again, thank you so much for being with us, Talia. To our viewers, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions that we did not answer, please put them in the comments and we will try to include answers in our next post. Visit our page, aarp.org/Houston, if you have any additional information you're looking for. And thank you for joining us today.